With ever-growing technological interventions in agricultural and allied sectors and rapidly growing challenges with globalization and environmental changes, constant upgradation of skills and professional competencies of middle-level extension officers is an everyday requirement. Extension officers are the torchbearers for the farmers, and there is a need for them to stay relevant. Therefore, upgrading themselves on the latest technologies in agriculture and allied sectors is the only way out. The success of middle-level functionaries lies in successful and effective transferring of knowledge to the farming community. Well-planned, organized, need-based trainings to enhance the knowledge, skills and attitude of middle-level functionaries go a long way in improving the productivity and effective discharge of their professional duties. With the sole aim of catering to various training needs for middle-level functionaries, Extension Education Institutes were initiated in 4 regions of India.
World over, investment on human resource development and training in terms of time and money has become imperative, and it is an intellectual investment in all the development sectors, and Indian agriculture is no exception to this. And transfer of technology in modern agriculture is being orchestrated by the development departments and extension functionaries. More so, the middle level officers in the extension system play a crucial role in the transfer of technology and its management. Keeping this in view, Government of India, way back in 1962, has established this Extension Education Institute, Rajendra Nagar, Hyderabad, for Southern region, catering to the capacity building needs of middle-level officers of 6 states and 3 union territories. They are Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Orissa, and 3 union territories, Puducherry, Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar Islands.
The mandate of the Institute is to improve the skills and professional competency of extension functionaries of development departments, state agricultural universities, private firms and voluntary organizations, to demonstrate most effective training techniques useful for the personnel working in development departments, to conduct action research and publish information on extension systems, to provide consultancy to development agencies. The Institute is strategically located in the city of Hyderabad with easy access to a lot of national institutes working in agriculture and related fields. EEI Rajendra Nagar, Hyderabad is under the aegis of Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India, and works under the administrative control of Professor J. Shankar, Telangana State Agricultural University. A management committee is constituted for effective functioning of the institute, which comprises Honorable Vice Chancellor of PJT SAU as Chairperson, Director of Extension, Controller of PJT SAU, representatives of Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India, line departments, Manage, NARM, NIRD, Summitis and Progressive Farmers from client states as members. The Director EEI is the Member Secretary.
In these management committee meetings, the Director EEI presents the significant achievements of EEI, the review of previous works, review of ongoing works, along with the approved minutes of previous MCM and also the action taken on them. So a separate agenda items also will be put forth before this vibrant committee on which the decisions will be taken, and these decisions help in improving the functioning of EEI in the ensuing academic calendar.
The training programs conducted by the Premier Institute of Extension Education Institute will gear up for the lot of initiatives, efforts and the creating a conducive environment for all the trainee officers. So Once we have decided the training programs, but the decision will be taken based on the training need assessment at the regional workshop conducted at Extension Education Institute by inviting all the training in charges of all the client state here. Once we have brainstormed on the training need assessment, we will identify the different training areas. Based on the training areas, what we will do, we will go for an annual training calendar. This annual training calendar will be presented at National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management, it is called MANAGE, Hyderabad, where the subject matter specialist will deliberate on the training areas. Once the training area is fixed, and we will submit for the approval from the Ministry of Agriculture, Farmer Welfare, Government of India, New Delhi. Once this approval comes, then we will start the training program by identifying the different training methodologies based on the needs of the client state. So once this is happened, the content also will be brainstormed by the EA staff, and we will select the different topics for each training program.
The main areas of training of EEI are on extension methodology-oriented programs, management-oriented programs, sensitization programs, and technology-oriented programs.
During our training programs, we follow different training methodologies like ice-breaking sessions, need assessment, experience sharing, lecture methods, interactive sessions, group discussions, panel discussions, bus sessions, case studies, role plays, management games, simulation exercises.
Based on the training needs, the programs are categorized as on-campus and off-campus trainings.
While during the on-campus training programs, we will invite officers to the EEI itself and we will organize training programs at EEI. During off-campus, we will go to the concerned client states and we will organize training programs there along with the department officials.
Out of all the trainings conducted by EEI, 60 to 70% of trainings are on-campus trainings.
When there is no possibility for us to organize these on and off campus training programs, we have planned virtual training programs. So where we are having a fully operational digital platform for these type of training programs, where we'll send all the links to the participant officers and we'll organize training programs digitally.
The institute also is supported with 27 ministerial staff assistants to take care of all the off-screen training activities.
For on-campus trainings, the EEI has seminar halls equipped with high-tech audio-visual capabilities, virtual classrooms with digital technology for organizing online training courses, boarding and lodging, dining hall, sports, and well-equipped library facilities.
As a warden, I take care of lodging and boarding facilities for all the participants. We are having total 3 hostels, Hostel A, Hostel B and Golden Jubilee Hostel. Put together 3 hostels are there. Total rooms are available 26 with double occupancy.
At the end of training programs, the participants' feedback is collected and documented. Mandatory post-evaluation will be done to assess the increase in knowledge and skills of the participants.
We used to analyze all these information, take these data to our farming community to adapt, to form the climate resilient technologies for them for their successful agriculture.
Altogether, the circumstances, the infrastructure, everything was well managed, and it is. I would definitely recommend any extension officer should visit this institute and take up the training.
The training concludes with the certificate distribution. Apart from training, EEI is also actively involved in providing consultancy services to organizations working in the field of agriculture and allied sectors. It also conducts action research and skill development training programs for the youth of the Telangana state under the directives of the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India.
The Government of India has sanctioned skill development training programs to be organized at EEI from the year 2018 onwards. This training program is called Agriculture Extension Service Provider and is of 25 days duration, covering 70% practical and 30% theory. This is a residential program and all the trainees will be housed in the hostels of EEI. The youth will be trained in such areas of agri and allied sectors that they will be able to motivate, guide and provide practical solutions to the farmers in their fields when they take up any employment with them.
నేను ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ కంప్లీట్ చేసుకున్న తర్వాత ఈఐని ఇన్స్పిరేషన్గా తీసుకొని ఒక రైతులకు సేవ చేయాలనే దృక్పథంతో మరియు ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ సర్వీస్ను అందియాలనే ఉద్దేశంతో వినయ్ అగ్రి క్లినిక్ అనే యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్ని కూడా స్టార్ట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. దానితో నేను ఈ రైతులకు సలహాలు సూచనలు ఇవ్వడం జరుగుతుంది.
In order to create awareness about the events that are organized by EEI for the benefit of our clienteles, we have so many communication methodologies like the EEI website we have the e-brochures, we have the newsletters, and also we have recently launched the EEI blog. In addition to this, we also give the follow-up studies, the consultancy services. All these things are included in the EEI website. You can reach us at www.eeihyd.org. This newsletter is a quarterly publication. It comprises of 12 to 20 pages around. So, and this is distributed in every quarter pan-India for almost 210 organizations. So, we are including the forthcoming and also the completed training programs information in the newsletter. In the same manner, our e-brochures also we are bringing up and we are distributing to our clientele states. And in the EEI blog, we have mainly launched this blog in order to collect the feedback from the participants. And not only giving the feedback, the participants, our trainees, they are also uploading the success stories. They are documenting in their back home situation.
EEI documents success stories. The information is collected from all the faculty of EEI and is being compiled by the concerned in charge, and it is being published and circulated among all the government sector organizations as well as ICAR institutions and NGOs concerned and other EEIs for visibility and credibility.
Since the inception of EEI, the Institute has trained thousands of officers of development departments of client states and union territories, in addition to need-based consultancy services. We feel proud that under the guidance of the PJT SAU, EEI is trying to bring laurels with better performance and reach the pinnacle in providing capacity building skills to middle-level officers of the southern states of India.